Halloween's my favorite holiday. You get the nice cool breeze in the morning and then the sunset orange with the leaves changing colors. The impending trick or treat night where you get dressed up, pass out candy, take your kids trick or treating, and end the night with some pumpkin spice donuts and watching the flame in a pumpkin go out. The holiday and October in general has always been really enjoyable to me, and it always coincided with the time of year when it felt best to play video games. Now, in the last 5, 6 years, we've seen the rise of the Halloween and other holiday events, which just adds to it, which is what you're seeing in the background here. Marvel Rivals added a really awesome PvE Marvel Zombies game mode. I've also been dabbling in the Apex Legends event, and there's always Festival of the Lost with Destiny that I always get into. Halo Infinite also updated with another battle pass with some flood cosmetics and a zombie mode, which is awesome. I've even been playing a little Black Ops 6 with their Halloween rendition of Nuketown, which I find pretty fun. All these live service events add to my enjoyment of the holiday. It always feels nice to go out into an apple orchard, have a few apple cider donuts, and come home and experience these holiday events. But before the live service model and all of these holiday Halloween updates, always had some fond memories with other games growing up around Halloween too. So that's what I wanted to share a little bit today. Three very formative memories in my enjoyment of the holiday and gaming life. Dating all the way back to the Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country 3. And I vividly remember this being in elementary school, and my mom made me a wizard costume out of paper mache. My dad and I had been playing the Donkey Kong Country 3 game for months. We finally built up to the final level where you fought Baron K. Rulenstein in a submarine under the water. And I vividly remember going through that and finally beating that boss and ending that game before Trick or Treat Night. And we always had the tradition of going around the neighborhood in costumes and then coming home and dumping all the candy out on the floor to check to make sure the wrappers were still intact. And my parents always enjoyed doing that with us. And I just remember the excitement of beating Donkey Kong Country 3, going out on that Halloween night in that costume that my mom made and coming home with all the candy and just falling asleep so satisfied. So that was a great memory from elementary school. Then fast forward a few years to 2011 when Batman Arkham City released. And that was the year that Gears of War 3 also released in September. So Batman Arkham City came out on October 18th of that year. I went to the midnight release at GameStop, won a Arkham City t-shirt with Batman trivia, and then I had planned to space out playing that game to finish the last level and achievement on Halloween night. So that year we were doing a haunted house in the community I lived in. So I dressed up like a werewolf and participated in that haunted house. Came home that very night and played the last level where you get the big reveal, spoiler alert, of Clayface impersonating the Joker and seeing the Joker die. And Arkham City really had a Halloween feel to me. And it was such a great game to go through and experience that way. And I always had this tradition too of making sure to go outside and look at the pumpkin I carved until midnight when November 1st rolled through and Halloween night ended. So playing through that, being a massive Batman fan, seeing the Monarch Theater, the final boss, and then the end of Arkham City, followed by that tradition of watching the pumpkin glow up to midnight was really memorable. And then the last memory I wanted to talk about, in this video at least, that related to Halloween night and gaming was in 2015 with Halo 5's release. It came out on October 27th, and my mom and I had made some Halloween sugar cookies and decorated them, and then sat around waiting until Halo 5's release, and going out on trick-or-treat night that night, and then coming home to get ready to play that game. Went out trick-or-treating with my little cousin, and then coming home and finishing some of my placement matches on Arena and Halo 5 was a really great memory. So those were all a few memories coming up through elementary school all the way through college to that really felt like some solid Halloween gaming. And it seemed like every year there was one or two more, but those are just the three that really stuck out in my mind. And so I'd love to hear some of your Halloween memories that relate to gaming, or just any memories in general. Like I said, I think this is the best holiday of all the major holidays, and there's just something about that, those traditions that have built up over the years that makes the month of October and Halloween seem really fun and magical. And now with my having a daughter, this is going to be her first Halloween, and my wife and I are dressing up like werewolves with her in a little werewolf costume. We'll probably make it to 1 or 2 houses with her first trick or treat. It's supposed to be really cold here, and then plan on coming home and getting her to bed, having a few of the Halloween cookies that we're baking and decorating, and then ending the night watching Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus, and then maybe getting in a little Marvel Zombies this year, and then seeing the flame of the pumpkin die out around midnight. Just something magical about this time of year. It feels awesome to be able to just participate in the holiday and have such fond memories. And like I said, I'd love to have hear some of your memories that relate to Halloween traditions you might have with your family, doing yourself, and any fond memories of playing some games around this time of the year. So happy Halloween, everyone, and I hope you have a spooky night.